Defense to keep an eye on rural communities while our government is openly funding al-Qaeda and ISIS in the Middle East. You know that treason is taking place. And so we have seen something, and we are saying something. And viewers out there, one of them will just go by CB, in places like Georgia, are the HUMAT, or the true organic human intelligence, and our eyes and ears. And that's why Infowars.com every week breaks national news stories that get picked up by thousands of publications and national television, because we are engaged in real journalism here. We go wherever the truth leads us. Now, we've seen a long slide towards a paramilitary police state in this country. I've been talking about it for a long time, made 4 films on the subject since the late 1990s, and we are now here. They've gone from denying that this is happening to admitting it. I struggle to put a headline on this. Regular Army trains to inter Americans. Regular Army trains to take over U.S. cities. But that doesn't encompass how bad this is. The end of Posse Comitatus, which it is. The 1878 law banning regular Army engaging in law enforcement operations in the states. That's why the governors call out the National Guard, not the, quote, big army. This is a big deal. And in 2007 and 2009, in the Defense Authorization Acts, in the National Defense Authorization Acts, they basically removed it and said, don't worry, we won't, abuse this new power. As we see military at kite festivals in Austin, and we see the National Guard going under the president, not under the states. It's a major transference of power from the already weak states to the out-of-control central government, and there's a massive ratcheting up from this training being secret when I first started reporting on it in 1996 to it now being out in the open. Back in 1996, 97, 98, I would go show urban warfare drills. They're practicing to confiscate guns, and the information was so shocking that they would have the media come out and say, no, Delta Force was not in Houston, or Delta Force was not in San Antonio, until I went and interviewed police chiefs and others that said, no, they're here and they're buying people off. It appears to be a covert takeover plan. Now, that was Clinton. Now, under Obama, it's gone into full gear. Bush was involved in it as well, but just a fact, under Democrats, this stuff goes into high gear. And again, they're saying domestically, Tea Party, Christians, veterans are the terror threat, not al-Qaeda. That is sensational information. And hopefully, if you get this video out to people, we're about to get into the details, we can get a debate going in Congress and at the state level about this. In fact, you out there as viewers have already spurred a debate about this. I talk to congressmen and women all the time on and off air. And they say they're having hearings on this precisely because of your work. So understand that here. It's like a horse and carriage, or it's like a lock and key. It goes together. You are the reason we know about this. This information you're about to see that is big army, regular army trying to put black people behind barbed wire. I mean, that's the footage that you're about to see, that a local who works in the area, I'll leave it at that, keeps seeing really scary stuff going on at the base. He sent us some photos of lockdown cities, of collapse of the highway shut down, of the military training for all sorts of draw and quarter and confiscation, blockading of cities and roads. He sent us some photos we're going to show you. They took with his GoPro from the highway, but he directed us to the YouTube website of Guardian Centers, which is the privately owned facility that gets government contracts where this is going on. Now, this does not reflect on Guardian Centers. They've got all sorts of legitimate firefighter, police training, military training going on there. The issue is the training, not the center. That the specifics of their own video about Guardian Center shows us hidden in plain view in between the images of the fire department getting people out of flooded cities to the military apprehending, arresting citizens and handing them over to the police, just like we saw in Katrina with the gun confiscation that they first tried to deny. That's the issue.
All right, we're going to have some more of that report. It's a very long report. We're going to have another segment of that coming up in the next segment, and also in the segment following that. Stay with us. Alex is going to be talking to Peter Glidden as well as Joel Gilbert. Stay with us.
like me used to think our parents were just weird because they put their phones and computers inside those flimsy little fake leather cases. Then my folks both got a Blocket Pocket. Mom knows it keeps her safe from the phone's radiation. Dad knows it keeps his information private. I like my Blocket Pocket because it blocks hacking and tracking. Awesome! BlocketPocket.com has other cool stuff too. Huh, guess my parents aren't so weird. Get your Blocket Pocket at BlocketPocket.com.
Clean water at home, clean water at the office, clean water on the go. The Berkey Guy has a Berkey water filtration model for anywhere you are and one that fits any budget. Thousands of satisfied customers can't be wrong. For free shipping within the U.S., go to goberkey.com or call 877-886-3653. That's 877-886-3653. Helping thousands prepare since 2005, goberkey.com.
Alex Jones here for Infowars.com. In the month of July, we have got giant specials on everything at Made-in-1776.com. The already discounted Made-in-1776 t-shirts are only $17.76. We have the new belt buckles that in only 2 weeks of sale are very close to selling out. There's only 500 of each. We're talking about Made in America belt buckles in nickeled brass. This is more than a summer blowout special. This is a new declaration of independence. But to expand the InfoWar, we're offering the equivalent of more than 5 months free right now when you get a membership at prisonplanet.tv for a limited time, only $39.95 a year. That's more than 5 months free off the regular price. Not just this July 4th weekend, but the entire month of July at Made-in-1776.com. Molon Labe, you can take my gun from my cold, dead hands.
Adam Miller here with Midas Resources. Today, July 16th, 2014, gold opened at $13.0310. A 1-ounce gold coin can be purchased for $13.50.43, $6.75.22 for a half-ounce, or $3.37.61 for a quarter-ounce. That's $13.50.43, $6.75.22, and $3.37.61.
Hi, this is Ted Anderson. Have you ever wondered why banks, stockbrokers, investment advisors won't talk about gold IRAs? Wait a sec. Gold and silver is going up while Congress is trying to settle on the next debt increase. And there's no end to this madness. That old 401k and IRA can be converted into physical gold without tax consequences. I explained this in my book, 10 Reasons to Buy Gold. Don't let time slip away. Call for your free copy today, 800-686-2237. Get away from that Washington spin and get honest answers about gold. 800-686-2237. The book is free, 800-686-2237.
A 30-day GMO-free emergency food supply for only $99 at 30dayfoodsupply.com. You can purchase Oregon Trail Foods' 1-month supply of high-quality, nutritious, and healthy emergency meals. For less than $100, these vegetarian meals are naturally high in fiber, carbs, and protein, and they're packed with oxygen absorbers in Mylar pouches. They're completely free of any artificial flavors and colorings, have a 20-year shelf life, and take up to 70% less space than number 10 cans. They even offer a gluten-free option. Oregon Trail Foods and 30dayfoodsupply.com keep prices low by buying directly from the producers in Oregon and then passing the savings to you. Purchase a 30-day, 90-serving emergency food supply for only $99 this month, and $10 ships your entire order. Visit the website at 30dayfoodsupply.com or call 541-229-0010. That's 30dayfoodsupply.com, where they make preparedness affordable. 30dayfoodsupply.com.
Welcome back to the Alex Jones Show. I'm David Knight here live in the studio. We have a special report that we've been going through. We're going to continue in this segment from Alex Jones. Got to bring you up to date. What's happened is today, Obama has attacked the Second Amendment with an executive order. This is a story up on Infowars.com by Kurt Nimmo. He has outlawed Russian-made AK-47 rifles with a stroke of a pen. This is something that he's doing under the National Emergency Act. This is from the article. He says the criminalization of an entire line of foreign manufactured firearms is possible under the national emergency powers, and there is no appeal process. Well, there better be, because if he can outlaw any line of firearms, then he can outlaw all of them. And, of course, they're making the excuse. The administration is saying, well, we're working with the UN. This is because of international mandates from the UN. Well, we have a mandate. It's called the Constitution, where you can't do that. But notice that he's doing this as part of the national emergency powers. At the same time, Obama is saying that he's going to be given a kill switch to address the entire nation simultaneously in case of a national emergency. And then just yesterday, we had a story that armed Homeland Security agents were in Greenville, North Carolina, scaring the community, but just there so that people would know that they're in the area, showing up en masse to intimidate the community, and they were very intimidated. Now we have this video that was given to us by someone who lives in the area where this training is going on. We've reported many times, and of course, Alex has been reporting since the 1990s about these exercises that are training to fight American citizens. Everybody called him a conspiracy theorist. Well, nobody is saying that anymore. Still, nobody else is talking about this much outside of InfoWars. Let's continue with that analysis from Alex Jones and Joe Biggs.
So let me just give you some of the background on this, the latest developments. Here's an article from 2009. The Pentagon wants authority to post almost 400,000 military personnel in the U.S. from the Progressive, but it was also in the Associated Press at the time. And they are now moving the troops back out of the Middle East and other areas to the United States for what they call Brigade Homeland, that is famously also in the Stars and Stripes and Army Times. Here's another one, Clarksville Online. 101 airborne soldiers to conduct air assault training in Troy, Tennessee. Again, this is all conditioning the public, the troops, everybody to just accept this. So the troops aren't villains in this. In fact, they're the most awake group out there because of this going on. We're talking about the training that's being directed from the White House to the National Security Council. Not about Guardian Centers, not about the troops. I want to be clear, because we've learned the propaganda they use on the police and military is, see, they're criticizing you and you're just training to help people. No, we're pointing out what's going on inside of these larger operations, the real operations. Here's another one. Accepting FEMA camp prisoners for illegal immigrants justifies them for Americans. We're going to go through this, then get to the footage of the black people being thrown in basically the FEMA center, the mock FEMA center. Again, back in 2011, we posted articles warning of the fact that under Rex 84, which is a public plan, they would use the collapse of borders as a pretext to suspend the Constitution and bring in martial law. And at the Guardian Centers, the training is moving towards what is clearly civil emergency or martial law. And right here in this article from 2 years ago, where they were finishing the center, they admit they have a whole area to simulate New Orleans' 9th Ward and what was done there, and to be submerged just like Katrina, just like the gun confiscation that we witnessed there. There's also a CNN article that breaks this down. Take a tour of the Doomsday Disneyland. And again, that is this Guardian Centers facility, one of the largest in the world, where this is going on. And here's the issue. Why don't they use military bases for this? Because it's not traditional and sends up red flags to have police and military together training at a military base, even though that's going on covertly. So they're now doing it at these giant private centers. Now, let's go to the big enchilada before we get to the video. Internment resettlement operations, we broke this a couple years ago when it was sent to us by military sources. After that happened, they posted an Army.mil kind of, oh, it's no big deal. See, you got a secret document? We'll just put it out. No big deal. Like catching your neighbor walking out with your television and they claim they were taking it to have it repaired or something. Oh, it's no big deal, Bob. Or you catch your neighbor in bed with your wife. Oh, I was just, doing a gynecology exam. They released FM 3-39.40. And this document.
All right, we're going to continue with this report. This is a short segment. We're going to have the rest of this report in the next segment. This entire report, special report, very, very important. It's going to be posted up on the YouTube site. It is 28 minutes long. We played last two segments, we played excerpts from that. We're going to have the rest of that in this next segment. And, of course, Alex is going to be back with live in the studio. He's going to be interviewing Joel Gilbert and Dr. Peter Glidden. So stay with us. We'll be right back.
We're on the mark.